everyone, this is Anpin from B-GHUD Academy and welcome back to our 10 Essential Roleplay series. And under the beginner level, we'll do different cases, a known case, an unknown case and a home visit. And today we'll be discussing the home visit case. To help me with that, we have...
Hi, my name is Joel Burgess. I'm from B-GHUD Academy and I'm a speaking mentor over here. And we'll be presenting a home visit, and it has been requested by quite a few of our students. So we'll be dealing with a first-time mother who is quite anxious about her baby and about how to rear it properly. So we'll be seeing how Anpin helps us understand how to deal with it. So,
yeah.
Are you ready to go ahead with it?
Sure, let's begin.
All right. So Anpin, here's your role play card.
Thank you.
Sure. So you have 3 minutes to prepare. All the best. Alright Anpin, your time is up. You may begin now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is this Miss Linda's home?
Yes, it is.
Am I talking to Miss Linda?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so Miss Linda, I'm Anpin John and I'm the district nurse working in this locality and I'm here as a part of my home visit.
Alright.
Is this the right time to talk?
Yes, it sure is.
Okay, then can we take this conversation inside?
Sure thing. Please come on in.
Alright. So Miss Linda, if I'm not wrong, you recently had a baby, right?
Yes, that is correct, nurse.
And is this your first child?
Yes, it is. And to be honest, I'm feeling quite anxious about it.
Yeah, congratulations on becoming a mother, Miss Linda.
Thank you very much.
And your baby is less than 28 days old. Am I correct?
Yes, it is.
I know being a first-time mother, you might be struggling a bit, but that's exactly why I'm here. I'll be explaining about different aspects of newborn care to you. So the first thing I wanted to discuss was about immunization. Immunization is extremely important for a newborn baby, It will protect your baby against several communicable and non-communicable diseases like tuberculosis, polio and so on. And it will boost your baby's immunity. It will protect your baby for their whole lifetime.
Yeah, sure thing, nurse. I was wondering about the same, like how soon do you think I'll have to update my child's immunization schedule?
I know it must be a bit confusing, Miss Linda. That's why I'll be providing you with an immunization card. It contains information about different vaccines and when to give them to your baby.
Alright.
So make sure that you schedule your baby's vaccinations according to that. Here you go.
Thank you very much. So nurse, there is a concern which I wanted to raise with you. I'm kind of worried whether I'm able to feed my child properly enough, and I was thinking about switching to something alternative like formulaic milk. What do you think about it?
I'm sorry, Miss Linda, but try to breastfeed your baby at least until the first 6 months. Because breast milk contains a lot of great nutrients and minerals that are essential for your baby's growth. It also increases your baby's immunity. And in order to increase the milk production, I suggest that you consult a doctor or a gynecologist. They can suggest some diets that you can follow to increase milk production. So how does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. And if you want, I can provide you with a leaflet which contains information about different diets that you can follow. Here you go.
Thank you.
Along with that, there are other things that you need to be aware of. Regarding breastfeeding itself, when you're breastfeeding your baby, try to sit upright and keep your baby in a sideline position, but hold your baby's head upright. This will help to avoid aspiration, which is the traveling of food particles to the lungs. We don't want that to happen to our baby. Also, make sure that you clean your breasts before and after feeding your baby, or otherwise it might lead to the risk of infection. And breastfeed your baby every 2 hours. It will help to nourish your baby. And after breastfeeding your baby, try to burp the baby. This will also help to avoid aspiration. There are some safety measures also that you need to follow. Never leave your baby unattended. Always keep an eye on your baby. And if you are putting your baby down to sleep, try to put pillows on all the sides to avoid falling. And make sure that you baby-proof the house in order to avoid any injuries. The last thing that I wanted to discuss with you is regarding the hygienic measures that you and your family members need to follow. For example, before holding the baby, try to wash your hands. And try to avoid contact with the baby if you notice you have any signs or symptoms of any diseases. This will help to avoid transmitting these infections to your baby. And after every visit, try to bathe your baby properly in lukewarm water. and wash your baby's clothes in hot water to kill off bacteria. Use disinfectants and detergents that are friendly to your baby's skin. I hope you'll be able to follow all of these measures, right?
Yes, I hope so too.
Is there anything else bothering you?
No, nothing else. I think you have addressed all the concerns that I had earlier.
Lastly, if it's okay with you, I would like to come back for a visit after 3 months to check up on you and your baby. Is that okay?
Yes, that would be great.
So if you have any queries in between, you can always contact us at the district hospital and we'll help you. Thank you for listening patiently and have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
I wish you and your baby good health.
Thank you, Naz. Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed our presentation of the role play card. And I'm sure you all agree that Anpin did a great job with it. Okay, so I'm here just to talk to you about how we can go through it with regards to the introduction, the body of the role play, and how we could have presented it. Shall we go through that? Sure. So what we are dealing with today is a home visit. And a home visit has 6 parts in its introduction. Part number 1, as in the case of all role plays, is the greeting. And in our situation, we were conducting the role play in the afternoon, so we greeted the patient as such, or the bystander as such. In some cases, the time might be specified in your role play card. Then you'll have to greet the patient according to the time specified in your card. So here, we'll start off with the greeting. The second step is the confirmation. I've noticed many students make the same mistake, okay, like with regards to confirming the patient. So what we must always be doing is confirm the place as well as the person that you're speaking with. The person that we're speaking to today, the mother, is named Linda. So when we're reaching the home, firstly we have to confirm, am I the residence of Miss Linda? Secondly, confirm the identity of the person. Am I speaking to the right person? Or am I speaking to Miss Linda? Step number 3 is your self-introduction. So here it has been specified in your role play card that you are the district nurse. Given that your role play card clearly states that you are the district nurse, you can greet yourself as such. In a home visit, generally, you will find 3 types of nurses. Number 1, the registered nurse. Number 2, the district nurse or the community health nurse. In this role play card, you can clearly see that it is specified that you are the district nurse. So when we're beginning, you can introduce yourself by stating your name and your designation clearly. So in this situation, we can say, my name is Joel Verghese, one of the district nurses in this area. So step number 4 is the purpose of your visit. Generally, in most home visits, you would be stating the purpose of your visit clearly. But I'll be telling you later why in this role play specifically, we have avoided doing it. Step number 5 is the availability of the patient or the bystander. Okay, so you can inquire whether this is the right time to speak with them. Then lastly, step number 6 is asking for permission to enter. So you can ask, Miss Linda, may I come in so I can conduct my assessment? So we told you earlier that we would be informing you regarding the purpose of the visit and why we chose to delay it later until we have entered the patient's home. Okay, so actually there is not much difference between introducing the purpose of your visit at the beginning before you enter the patient's home or later, but we just thought that it would be most aesthetically pleasing. The important thing in this scenario is that you confirm that Miss Linda did indeed have a baby. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you do it before entering the patient's home or later once you have entered it. So alternatively, if you chose to state the purpose of your visit before entering the patient's home, it would go something like this. So you could just say, so if I'm not wrong, you had a baby a few days ago, is that correct? Okay, so once they confirm it, then you can state the reason why you're here. So you can say, I'm here as a part of my home visit to talk to you regarding the care measures that you need to take so that your child has a healthy life. Or else you could enter the patient's home and follow the steps that Anpin followed in the role plays which we just presented with you. So one thing that you might have noticed today is that the interlocutor tried to initiate some conversations. But this is not always a guarantee on the day of your exam, because the interlocutors might sometimes be very cooperative, sometimes they might initiate the conversation, but we cannot be totally dependent upon them. So I encourage all candidates to try and initiate the conversations by themselves rather than depending on their interlocutor for the same. So when you read the role play, you can see that it is subdivided into 3 categories. So number 1, you need to talk regarding the immunization of the baby. Secondly, you can talk regarding the breastfeeding habits and measures that the mother has to follow. And lastly, with regards to the hygiene measures that we can take with regards to the child's long-term immunity. So when we are beginning, we can start off with some easy phrases such as first of all, or to begin with, or to start things off, I would like to talk to you regarding the immunization that we need to follow. When it comes to immunization, you just need to emphasize the importance of being immunized and what are the benefits that the child might get from being immunized at a very young age. So here we can inform the mother about the importance of vaccination in preventing diseases, both communicable and non-communicable, as we had discussed in our role play card. Later, you can talk to them regarding the schedule. Again, you could also provide an immunization card so that the mother has a detailed idea about what she has to do in the long term. So whenever you're providing the patient or a bystander with a piece of literature, like example, a pamphlet, a leaflet or an immunization card, always make sure that you help them understand regarding the contents of the same. Secondly, we are talking regarding the breastfeeding. Okay, so you might have noticed during our role play that the mother had a few concerns regarding the benefits of breastfeeding and about her lower rate of milk production. So here we try to mitigate the situation by suggesting a doctor's consultation. This is something that you can follow at all times. Like if you have concerns regarding the benefits of something or about the efficacy of some medication or some management, you can always suggest a consultation with the doctor to get further information regarding the same. Yeah, so once you've addressed their primary concerns, then you can help the mother understand about what are the steps that she can take which could make the process of breastfeeding much more safer and easier. So firstly, you can suggest the positioning of the baby in a sideline position with their head on the top. Then you can also talk about the measures that the mother can take in order to ensure that the process goes smoothly. So first of all, you can talk to the mother regarding cleaning the breast before and after feeding the baby. So you can also help the mother understand about the importance of feeding the baby often and also about burping it, so that we can prevent the risk of aspiration and other health complications. And when using a medical term such as aspiration, make them understand about what it is. So aspiration in this case can be described as the process of food traveling into the lungs or the windpipe. Later, within that task itself, you can see that there are some safety measures that need to be prescribed. Okay, in the last task, you can see that you'll be meeting with the mother only in 3 months' time, by which the baby would have developed further. So we can talk about some of the things that we can be expecting. And also you can talk about the different steps that they can take with regards to making sure that the house is baby proof. Okay, so firstly, you can talk about options such as covering the corners of the bed, closing power sockets. You can also talk about the installation of railings over the staircases so that the baby does not fall over. Individually explaining all these steps could become time consuming, so you could cut it down and put it under an umbrella term such as baby proofing. Thirdly, we can talk about hygiene and about the care measures that the mother can take for the long-term immunity of the baby. So make sure that they wash their hands at all times and bathe the baby in lukewarm water. So we can advise the mother about the importance of washing her hands before and after handling the baby. Secondly, we could also talk about bathing the baby in lukewarm water at all times. Thirdly, it is also important to wash the baby's clothes in hot water and using detergents and disinfectants which are child-friendly. We could also suggest some measures such as clipping the nail short so that we do not accidentally injure the child. So these are the steps that we can suggest to the mother in order to help their baby. And while concluding, always make sure that you get the permission of the mother to come back to visit in 3 months' time. So after establishing the mother's permission to come back in 3 months, you could wrap up the role play. So always reassure them that they could come back to see you if they have any further questions or that you would be available to answer their queries at all times. And lastly, you could also wish the mother and her child good health, which could show that you actually cared about them and which could also provide some much needed naturality to your conversation. Alright, so that is all with regards to the role play that we had presented and hope that you have enjoyed it. Okay, so this is Joel signing out, and make sure that you stick around for the further role plays that we have planned out for you, such as the intermediate and the advanced levels which are yet to come. I'm sure that it will help you achieve your OET dreams and aspirations. Okay, so this is us wishing you all good luck from the B-GHUD family. Thank you.